Big Al.
Hello everybody, it's Big Al with some more content for Lord of the Rings Rise to War. Today I'm going to do a season update in the Mega server. So, let's start off and take a look at what day we're at. We're at day 44. So that means that the countdown, the 8-day countdown could start anytime now. So, with that being said, let's go look at the leaderboards. And as for fellowships, just to get a quick reminder of who's in here, you have Bear and Panda in Gondor, you have Lame and Order in Erebor, you have Toby and Step in Angmar, you have Gods and Merc in Arnor. And then there's a couple other small teams in here as well. I'll scroll through those. Take a look at the faction points, and I am in the Reaper account, and I am in 18th. So, I'll just scroll through here till about the 20th position, just so you can see who's in here. Okay, now what everybody wants to know. Personal affluence, Dig Duck is in first. Duckwise in second. Sorry, can't pronounce your name. In third. Raven's in fourth. Ricky Spanish is in fifth. So, here is the top 20, 25-ish. Okay, now what everybody wants to know. Merit. Raven is 10.3 million, and there is still minimum of 9 days left. So, I wonder how high he can get. Plus, now that more of the fighting is centralized, we'll see. You have Chinese symbols in second, you have Isaac in third, Ricky Spanish in fourth, and you have Fellow in fifth. You have Dumbo, which is being run by Maddox, in sixth. Thumper, the Beast, Liverboo, Zulu in the top 10. And I'll scroll through the list so you guys can see. As you can see on this account, I have 3.3 million merit. I am not in the top 100. I have been floating right behind the top 100 for a while. My week vacation definitely hurt my merit, but that's okay. I'm more about getting things done. I don't need the personal merit. And there we go with the top 100. As you can see, I'm right behind the top 100. So now let's take a look at the map. As you can see, all the fighting is centralized. I mean, you have a couple, around the outskirts of everything for the little teams, but nothing really big. So, as you can see, Angmar is on the west of Dol Guldur. You have Arnor that has pushed in at the bottom of Lorien and have been fighting Gondor here. And it's a little bit of back and forth on activity times, and that pin is 27 million participants. Gondor has been trying to push up here a little bit against Lame, and that is a 29 million pin. Right here towards the center, you have the pin with Erebor and Angmar fighting. We are the closest to the center as of right now. You also have a pin back here with us against Arnor, and thankfully, in the last day or so, this has slowed down a little bit. It's been about a 25 million pin to 30 million pin for most of the duration. So, pretty much what it comes down to, if Gondor wants any shot at this ring, they need to start getting a move on and aiming towards Dol Guldur, because the timer countdown could start at any time. So as of right now, we have a minimum of 8.5 days left. It could go another 2 weeks. We don't know. But I think they're probably waiting for the timer so that they can push, and by the time that they get there and take it, nobody really has time to take it away from them. But again, you don't know when the timer's going to start. So you might want to get there soon. I know we've been battling Erebor, which we have for most of the season, and that's a little bit back and forth. We've made a little bit of ground in the last day or so. Erebor's pushing back a little bit now. So who knows what could happen. But at least it's a lot more centralized. People are starting to make moves. But I think everyone's still kind of waiting to see what happens with the timer. Which I have a feeling that Gundor is going to run out of time if they want to try to get that ring. Because honestly, Gundor and Erebor are the stronger two teams inside the server. So, with that being said, let's take a look at a couple reports. I shared some from the Big Al account, which, again, I love this formation for free-to-play players. I'm going to go over the commanders and skills again, just as a recap. I run Frodo as the tank in Big Al. As you can see, purple and gold gear. I have Gandalf the Grey, purple and gold gear. I have Dane, purple and gold gear. And then Sauron, who's only respect 4, I have purple and gold gear, but I have all gear that gives me initiative, because I couldn't make the initiative set effects, the agility. And I'm also running Wozes as well, while I have them. So, this is a great free-to-play formation. You can replace Dane with, like a Shadow or a Lurtz or a Gimli, whichever is your best damage dealer. Here's one fight against Impala. He has an R10 Gil, an R10 Gimli, R11 Gandalf the White, and an R10 Shadow. So this was a very nice fight for me. We have the old man running an Eagle team. He has Gwahir at 4, Undying at 7, Dane at 7, and Scalhelm at 6. So this one was very great for me. Love the XP, which is something with this formation, this army that I'm running. Merit and XP are very low in every fight because you're just taking small chunks normally. Here's one against Vizio. Hey, don't they make TVs? He's running Gandalf the White, R7 as a tank. Well, you're going to need a little bit different gear here, bud, for the tank. I understand you want the White Council, but you want him the tank. You can't have both. You have R13 Shadow. You have a Z1 Lurtz and a Z4 Sauron. And he's trying to run them as a damage dealer. The skills don't, or the gear doesn't match what you're trying to do with them. So, thankfully for me, he had them skilled wrong, and as you can see, I came out definitely ahead in this fight because his Gandalf the White and Lurtz are both right about dead. Here's one against Bambi's mother, and this is pure. What I'm trying to accomplish is cause a draw, take a chunk of damage out of them. I took a quarter of their damage. So you have a Z1 Curin, which is very nice. You have a Z1 Saruman. You have a Z1 Sauron. And an R10 Gandalf the White. So everybody knows Bambi's mother on this server's been giving a lot of people problems. I was very happy with this fight. And I got 2 more for the Big Al account. This one was against Beast. And this is his B team, a Z8 Gil, Z8 Dane, Z1 Gandalf the Grey, and an R10 Shadow. Another one that I was very happy about. But what I was talking about, if you look at the merit and the XP, you can see for taking out almost 2/3 of that army, that should be a little bit better XP. And this one was against Maddox, and this was a crossing that I was defending for 3 days, I think it was. But this is Maddox's regular account, an R10 Sauron, R10 Saruman, an R12 Bjorn, and an R10 Gandalf the White. So again, caused a draw, took a chunk out. Now we come to the Reaper account. I have been messing around with trying to come up with a cheap B team to run. So I came up with this skill, which is a Z4. I recently switched to the gigantic hammer from the Lang. Pretty sure the Lang is going to go back on it. I have Gandalf the Grey at 13. One suggestion was for me to put the gigantic hammer on Gandalf the Grey because of the dual blows, which does make sense, but on the other hand, it takes away, I can't make a set effect for it. I don't know if it's worth it. Shadow Z4, and I recently changed out the armor and the helmet for the Shadow, so I am quite happy with this. I got 215 attack, I got over 100 focus, so it gives a little bit of damage from the Black Numenorian skill. It's not going to be much, but it's a little bit from there, so I'm happy with that. And then a Z4 Dane. Now I fought this Anar Capricorn, and he's using his Galadriel as a tank, which I actually really like Galadriel as a tank, but I believe she needs to be R10 and have her relic for it, because the relic gives a buttload of healing, which helps. But I'm definitely not mad at it. I like it. He's got an R10 Gandalf the Grey, and as you can see, running classic gear. You have Dane Z1. Again, you got a classic piece. He's got a fully refined relic in here. And another fully refined relic on Gimli Z8. And he's running the Wozes. So, I will say my B team definitely did very good. It's not like this is a small team that he just beat. Let's see here. We have the old man with his eagle formation. I loved hitting this. That was a great one for me. And then this guy order, I believe this is the one that is in second in merit, I believe. But this one's running a Z5 Undying, a Z7 Skullhelm, Z7 Shadow, and an R11 Witch King. So, that was, I wasn't full, obviously. If I'm full, I think I take him, or it's going to be pretty damn close to an even draw. Now we go to Loopy. This was a good hit for me. And Loopy is running a Z12 Sauron, R13 Beorn, Z1 Gandalf the White, and a Z4 Saruman. So, people are really starting to use these Rangers of the North. And defense +4, protect one random allied unit. They're a small unit. They have decent damage. I mean, their HP is 82, so you divide that by 2 because they take up 2 supply. You're at 41, which is just below the dwarves, so it's not bad. But I just can't get my head wrapped around using them because it's one random allied formation. I mean, you can run a double tank and put those on there and just hope that they protect the damage dealers. But again, it's something that's random and it's out of your control, so I don't like them that much so far. I'm not convinced on them. Kiev is running an Aramor, which I love to see something different. As you can see, this is as close you can get it, except that he killed 2 of my commanders. But as far as the supply bar goes, it was pretty even. He doesn't have much left on anybody. His Aramor is a Z8. And that is a thing of beauty. You have R10 Sauron. You have an R15 Dane. And a Z3 Gandalf the White. So, this was a very nice fight. I really like that Aramor. And here's Presmo, which I've fought quite a few times, it seems like. And he's got an R10 Sauron. He has a Z1 Lurtz, and that is a pretty Lurtz right there. He has an R10 Saruman and an R10 Gandalf the White. And I know this formation is giving a lot of people struggles. He's running the Eagles on his Lurtz, which did him no favors in this fight because my Gandalf the White and Saruman both had smalls. So that's it for reports. I'm hoping that within the next 2 days we start seeing Gondor forcing the issue, moving up north into SAV, trying to surround and get into the actual ring area. I know we're sitting here fighting, we're trying to hold borders, we're trying to push when we can. It's definitely a lot of back and forth, it seems like, with every team. But hopefully people aren't holding anything back waiting for that counter, or if they are, they start going. Because I think no matter what, at some point, even if it's just the last day of the season, you're going to have a pin with 3 of the factions right here in center and DG. Just depends on who it's going to be. Don't know. I mean, Erebor is obviously going to be there because they own the ring. But Gondor, if they don't start moving, they're going to miss out. I mean, we are in a position that we're somewhat close to the ring. I think we have like an area and a half left until we can get actually touching the ring. So we still got a long way to go if we want to try to get it. But Erebor is consistently holding and then pushing us back a little bit. So we'll see what happens. So that's it in a nutshell. I will open up the leaderboards again for the merit. So you can see the top 7 merit as I close this down. So, as always, make the most out of what you